Okay, so looking back on the negotiation, I definitely learned that this was something I need to get better at, but it was still a great learning experience overall. So I learned that I'm definitely better at preparing for them than actually doing the negotiating, especially for the third one. I had a better experience just informing my team of the facts and the possibilities that we can go over rather than actually doing you know, like the arguing because I was silent for a lot of it until we got to the war end, which isn't always something that the Department of Defense does. I thought that was the only thing I was good for. The Sally Soprano, it worked out iffy for me. I mean, we did reach an agreement, but I could have gone into more detail about the agreement, rather than just, okay, we'll settle on this and then be done with that. And then, you know, the second debate about the housing was probably the one that worked out the best for me. I was involved in that one the most in terms of the discussion. I had a better experience preparing for it, and we got what we wanted. We got a reasonable price, and it worked out just fine for all of us. Because I knew there was going to be a trade-off to both deals, but it's a matter of which trade-off can you deal with better, which trade-off is more reasonable. In this case of the housing, I figured, okay, we're going to have to renovate both regardless. I figured the Cambridge one's going to have what we need more. And even though it's got noise, we got to renovate it anyway so we can build to account for the noise. It's stuff like that I'm better at thinking of than actually going for. But since I had a better idea on that one, I definitely say that one worked out a lot better for me. And I think we ranged at 345,000. I can't remember exactly, but we were up there in terms of the best pricing. I do remember that, and I am pretty proud of that too. Now, even though I'm not going to be actually debating about border disputes, in terms of innovation, I got to present, what I want to do, especially for the launch project. And we did that before with our group memos, kind of like a Shark Tank thing, but on a smaller scale. But then, something I see on Shark Tank a lot is that, yeah, okay, not everybody's good at actually presenting. Sometimes they're nervous or they just don't know what to say. They're understanding of that when you're nervous because, sometimes you got a good idea, but you don't know how to say it correctly. But you got it, like you actually got it all planned out very well. And hence they still win deals that way. Some have actually explained you can negotiate, it's a legitimate strategy. In a recent episode I saw for a pitch called Nerd It Now, they're a tech repair company for phones, tablets, and the thing is they're mobile and it's cheaper than getting it fixed at the mall. But the problem was it was a good concept. However, they were too early in their development stage to actually receive an investment, so they didn't get any. So in my case, I got a lot of things in mind, but instead of just preparing for it on my own, I think it's better that I talk to other people. I just had a meeting with you today about my pitch for the launch project, and you helped me sort out all the nitty gritty. And I think that was more effective than just going over it at my desk. Just going over all the packets because I don't know what everyone else is thinking. I mean, yes, I do have brief meetings, with my team, but that's not as much time as the time I've spent just going over the packets on my own. So I feel like the better thing I learned from that is to not necessarily do this alone, but to just run it by other people as well. Yeah, the Sally Soprano one didn't, but could have worked out better for me. I mean, we did come into an agreement, but I could have gotten a better deal, if I had, prepared, if I had prepared and ran it by other people and I talked to someone. That's a legitimate thing you can do. That's what you got lawyers for and all that. The housing debate, I ran it by other people. I had other people in my group, and along with preparing on my own. And the third debate, the border dispute, I did run it by my team. I gave them the details in my Department of Defense, but I myself didn't know how to approach this professionally and work out all, just what I'm saying, just kind of get it like without messing up, like kind of like what I'm doing for this video right now. So I stayed silent until we got to the war end, and yeah, we did ended up coming to a ceasefire, which I'm glad we did, and I did prepare for the aspect of, okay, so if we do go to war, we could possibly hold out, but in the end, I still don't know how that's going to play out, and I'm glad I didn't try that, especially because Professor Wheatman was just going to do the coin toss, and that was just going to be all out. It didn't even matter. And yeah. So overall, I need to just go into more detail. The devil is in the details, and I need to just, it's just okay to just run it by someone and ask for help. Sometimes I think I have to do this on my own, and that's not always the case.